What good is to have a jury? What's the point?
They will remember what you share. Open your child's ScholarShare 529 college savings account today and prepare to share a brighter tomorrow. Visit scholarshare.com. It's how Californians save for college.
What good is to have a jury? What's the point?
One local man whose life was forever changed by what he says was a medical mistake wonders why California limits how much he can be awarded for his pain and his suffering. And he is not alone.
The debate over that 38-year-old malpractice law pits consumer groups and trial lawyers against doctors, hospitals, and insurers. News 10 political editor John Myers takes a closer look at the choices and what's at stake for everyone.
It's ridiculous. It's time for change.
Rob Downey is a man who's had more than his share of change, and not for the better. 2 years ago this summer, he contracted an antibiotic-resistant staph infection, one the Rancho Cordova man says was misdiagnosed and forever changed his life when he slipped into a coma.
Woke up a month later with the doctor telling me that, "I'm sorry, Mr. Downey, we had to take your arms and legs."
The Army veteran and former law enforcement officer is now a quadruple amputee, unable to care for himself, much less hold down a job. He has tried to use artificial limbs, but so far has found little success in a long-term solution.
It's very, very hard for me. I went from an independent to dependent person.
Like so many who allege medical malpractice, Rob Downey has a pending lawsuit against the hospital and its staff. But now the part Rob says is ridiculous and needs to change. A 1975 California law that limits some malpractice awards to no more than $250,000.
That $250,000 is a joke.
And removing that cap, he believes, would be huge.
How am I going to send my kids to college? How am I going to make up for what I've lost, what my kids have lost, what my wife has lost? So it would make a difference.
The 1975 cap on medical malpractice awards was signed into law by Governor Jerry Brown during his first administration. It only caps pain and suffering. It is not a cap on medical expenses or punitive damages. Just how many people the cap affects is in dispute, but two things are not in dispute. First of all, $250,000 in 1975 would translate into about $1 million now. And also not in dispute, efforts to find a compromise on this issue and a lifting of that cap have all but failed at the Capitol.
There is no middle ground.
Doctors are adamant. They say eliminating the 1975 cap on pain and suffering awards means higher malpractice insurance rates and more expensive health care.
Where does that money come from? It comes from the patients, what patients pay the physicians to provide care, or what systems or insurance companies pay physicians to provide care.
This fight over the cap on malpractice awards has been going on behind the scenes at the Capitol for months. Now one group has filed an initiative to take that fight to the ballot next November.
This is easily a $100 million campaign. The lawyers are very wealthy, doctors are very wealthy. They'll pour whatever it takes to have their side win.
And it would be an especially ugly fight for Democrats caught in the middle between two of their biggest supporters.
Money is going to be diverted from helping elect Democrats, and these are the two biggest givers to Democrats, to go into this battle.
The political battle ahead, though, is nothing compared to the daily battle for Rob Downey.
I don't care about doctors. I don't care about attorneys. I care about the victims that are going through this.
For Rob Downey, a change in the state law lifting that cap on malpractice awards would probably come too late. But as he will tell you, he's becoming accustomed to missing out on what others take for granted. In Sacramento, John Myers, News 10.